Hi, good day everyone. Welcome to our genetics class. I am Rosin Pirocero and I am your teacher for this subject. We will have a short introduction in genetics. But before that, here are the two textbooks that we will be using in our class. We have the 4th edition of Genetics from Genes to Genomes and the Introduction to Genetic Analysis, the 11th edition. So what's in my class? Most essential competencies are set or prepared for all of you. One lesson video will be prepared in every week. Tasks are given after the 2 videos. Assigned tasks must be submitted before or on the deadline. And of course, explore genetics. Genetics, the study of biological information. It is a form of information science, and it is the study of genes. Geneticists seek to understand the rules that govern the transmission of genetic information at 3 levels. That is, from parent to offspring within families, from DNA to gene action within and between cells, and for the many generations within populations of organisms. The following are the terminologies that we will be using in the next topics. Genes, a set of DNA regions that encode protein. Genome, all chromosomes in each cell of an organism. Alleles, variants of characteristics of a gene. Dominant, the observable trait of an organism, and recessive, the trait that is masked by the dominant trait. The birth of genetics. The first theory which existed in genetics is the blending theory. It is the belief that inheritance worked like the mixing of fluids such as paints. This is quite related when you mix the red and white color wherein you get the pink ones. Not until Gregor Mendel, an Austrian monk, worked in accordion. He was working to understand the rules that govern the transmission of traits from parent to offspring after hybridization among different varieties of pea plants. Because of this experiment, he is now known as the father of inheritance. The diagram shows one of Mendel's experiments wherein the parents have 2 gene copies. One parent has the purple-colored flower and the other one has a white-colored flower. After cross-pollination, it produced the first-generation hybrid in which the gene is composed of the combination of purple and white-colored gene. After self-pollination, it produced the offspring, the second-generation hybrids, which Mendel concluded that there is 3:1 ratio, 3 purple and 1 white-colored flower. It is important to note that we are mentioning genes. Genes are the sets of regions found in the DNA. Now, let's take a look on DNA. It is the fundamental information molecule of life, and I suppose that you already know the meaning of DNA. The figure 1.1 shows the biological information in DNA generates an enormous diversity of living organisms, namely bacteria, dolphin, plants, mouse, humans, and other organisms present on the earth. The picture shows the structure of DNA. Figure A shows the double helical shape, and the figure B shows the one-dimensional structure of DNA. You can see the nucleotides, which is composed of the phosphate group and the 2 nitrogenous bases bonded by hydrogen, or the hydrogen bond. This picture shows a chromosome, and chromosomes are composed of DNA. Geneticists use tools for their analysis of genes. They use enzymes for copying, pasting, cutting, and transcribing DNA. One of the enzymes used, DNA polymerases. This can make a copy of a single DNA strand by synthesizing a matching strand with a complementary sequence of adenines, cytosines, guanines, and thymines. Second, nucleases. It can cut DNA molecules in specific locations. And ligases, which can join two DNA molecules together end-to-end. Also, geneticists clone DNA and the genes it encodes. They insert foreign DNA molecules into the genomes of many species. This process is called as transformation. The organism wherein the DNA is being introduced is what we know as the genetically modified organism. The picture shows a genetically modified tobacco. As you can see, the tobacco emits light, a bioluminescence. This characteristic is being introduced to the plant from the genes of a firefly. Do you know any organism that is considered as a GMO? Okay, well I guess that's all for this session. See you in the next video. Bye!